It is going down all across Europe as we have people taking to the streets. Hundreds and hundreds of protests all over many different countries inside of Europe. 275 different protests alone in Italy and France. We have shown and tweeted out all the footage of the people taking to the streets in Greece, taking to the streets in places like France. You can see Paris, a clip of it here today. A sea of people. Where are you at, America? It's going up here. Clashing with the police in the streets. Matter of fact, we've seen a lot of this where the police have joined the people because they've been outnumbered and they were actually doing the job that they took an oath to do to begin with, serve and protect the people. I ask everybody out there that took the oath, what did you take the oath for? To serve and protect the beast or the people? Oh, you're going to say my country. Well, what is the country to you? The beast or your people? Foreign and domestic. Where you at? Yep. Where you at? All those that took an oath didn't have no problem signing up to save this country, to go off to some other country to do it. But we have to deal with the problem right here. Where's everybody at? People taking to the streets en masse. Ireland, the UK, France, Greece, all across the place. Where you at, America? Huh? Whole world rising. What's happening here in America? Same crap being implemented and forced on people. Where are we at, America? Where do you want to peacefully assemble? Huh? Was everybody scared to be put on a list? Everybody living in fear? It's pathetic. The people are rising across Europe and around the globe while you sit on your tail, and it's pathetic. Okay? I'm down to ride. Somebody wants to get something together, that's cool. We may be having something put together in the works here. And once we get the ball rolling, it's on, okay? But that's
where you can't, don't. Even if everyone is telling you that something wrong is something right. Even if the whole world is telling you to move, it is your duty to plant yourself like a tree, look them in the eye and say no. You move.
Weapons, nose tissue.
Shalom. All praises, glory, honor, and fear. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Waharakat Kadash. That belongs to the elders that remain in authority in the spirit of the Lord. Salutations to you, in the real house of David, that remain in these times, that really making a stand against all wicked and all evil workers and all corruptors, actually making a stand. Because I see what's happening in Europe. They're having mass protests and uproars of the people. And the Lord said that 2nd Ezra 9, just start right there, 2nd Ezra 9, that this is be one of the major signs of the end of the world, and when the Lord would visit the earth which he made. And they're having this saying like, oh, it's HAARP that's controlling the weather, and that why there's flooding and there's rain here and there's this happening. But at the end of the day, who allowed HAARP to be made? The Lord did. So the Lord is in control of everything on the left hand and on the right. And here in America, a lot of people are just asleep. They're careless. Whatever the government, whatever their job says to do, they just do. If they say we want to test you for COVID up your anal, like they had that shit come out a couple months ago in China, they'll be like, okay, and they'll bend over. And that's how a lot of guys are in this truth too. When men tell you to do something, or they tell you to trim your way to seek love, or try to save your channel, call Esau, or try to add to scriptures of what Judas Iscariot, why he betrayed the Lord the way he did, you just follow blindly. And only a few is actually making this stand right now in this corrupt, evil time. You see? Go ahead.
Come on. So 2nd Ezra 9. 2nd Ezra 9 verse 1. He answered me, then said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, and by him visiting the earth, he's visiting his nation first and foremost, his people. So that's where judgment is beginning at first. And if you're not making a stand, and if you're not really crying out sincerely, then the enemy is gonna have his way over you. The last enemy being death, Esau, the wicked. These vaccines and all this shit, you know, they're gonna have that preeminence over you. They're gonna be over you, and that's what's over a lot of you guys. So you have man over you, carnal man is your head, and really your king is Caesar. That's why they killed Yahushua. You know, they said their king is only one king, and it's Caesar, money. Esau, same thing today. All those spirits back then are back here today, and that's why there's so much animosity amongst camps in this truth, because that's what they do. They just fight against each other and say, "Oh yeah, pick which camp you want." When that's not the case, you have to you have to choose the Lord. You have to choose the Lord. And then when all the odds are against you, when many come against you, when many trying to peer pressure you or something, you have to say, "No, you move." You have to be that tree that won't move. That's rooted in Yahushua, rooted and planted in Yahushua, and not be moved by the winds and the judgments. You see?
Verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spoke of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Right. And now we're in the end. We're in the end now, where it's manifesting. It's not just words being written. We're actually literally seeing these things happen. So this is a carnal sign that even if you're carnal, you realize that it's going on. But even deeper in the spirit, what's going on is this is happening in this truth right now. You see, there's a division, there's an earthquake, there's a animosity, there's all these things happening right now. Because as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. You see, the Lord said he's the Alpha and the Omega. And I'm going to get this precept. This is Jeremiah 17 in verse 7 says, "Blessed is the man that trusts in the Lord, whose hope the Lord is. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river." See, that river is symbolic of what? The tree of immortality, the river that proceeds out of the throne of God. Now, if I go to Revelation 22, it says, "And shall not see when heat cometh, and her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought. Neither shall cease from yielding fruit." So we're not going to stop from bringing forth fruits, meat for repentance, actions, not just saying it, but actually walking in the Lord. You see? Go ahead, Akak. You got that? Revelation 22, where it says a river coming out of the throne. Yeah, verse 1, read down.
Revelation 22, verse 1. "And he showed me a pure river water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of Yahweh Shemashai and of the Lamb, in the midst of the street of it. And on either side of the river was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month, and the leaves of the tree for the healing of the nations."
Right, and we would have healed Babylon. Babylon can't be healed. See, America, it's ripe for the taking. That's why, the brothers are showing me the submarine nuclear missiles of Russia that they're parading around. It ain't no parade. It's not a parade. They're just showing it off. They're going to go put it into a museum. Like, yeah, we have it. No, they're going to put it to use. They're going to put it to use. They're going to, like they're saying Ezekiel, they're going to think an evil thought in themselves, and they're going to go up against a city of unwalled villages. This is a city of unwalled villages. Like, when you watch that movie, The Last Forever Purge, it shows you how the everything got turned upside down. See how, like, a lot of people, they'll try to get into America, like they want to come through Mexico to get into America. Well, in the last purge, it got switched. It got totally swapped, where everyone in America, right, the purge was happening, forever purge, everyone was dying, all kind of crazy and confusion happening, division and death, and right. So they was like, oh well, Mexico's like, all right, Mexico and Canada was like, all right, well, we're gonna have the borders open for the next 6 hours. So everyone was trying to get into Mexico. You see,
out of this place,
get out of America. And then they showed you at the end of that movie, they put the camera and they zoomed out of America, and they saw that all America was on fire. You see, all America was on fire, and that's what's happening right now already in the spirit. Now, literally, it is currently, they have like 200 plus fires going on in the West. And then it's been like gray and like rain, like nonstop over in the East, and thunderstorms and stuff like that. So, and then like floods in Europe, floods in the Middle East, like crazy floods. So this is definitely the time of the end. And the Lord bringing that swift judgment, you know what I'm saying? And if you weren't preparing yourself and getting yourself prepared and repenting and getting right with the Lord and taking heed of the prophets, then guess what? You're going to be caught up in all that. And you might cry out and say, Lord, Lord, save me. He's going to say, I never knew you. He's not going to answer you because you despise knowledge, Proverbs chapter 1. You see? So that's the times we're living in right now. And, you know, just like I said, you know, they're going to come against the city of unwalled villages, meaning that also that these people here, they don't have no guard up. They don't have their guard up. They don't have any walls. They're a broken spirit, all these people out here. Even guys in this truth where anything and everything that can just enter into them without a fight. You see, different doctrines, false gods, false cures, you know, so on and so forth, you know. So let me read this as well. This is Luke 17 in verse 5. It says, and the apostles said unto the Lord, increase our faith. So the ones that's been truly sent of the Lord, we're asking the Lord to increase our faith and our trust in these times in him. Not anything carnal or external that is going to perish. It says, and the Lord said, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye might say unto this sycamore tree, be thou plucked up by the root, and be thou planted in the sea, and it should obey you. You see, so you have to say, no, you move. We have to be what? Sturdy. We have to be strong. We have to make a stand. You know, and only the righteous gonna be as bold as a lion, but everyone else that's wicked, they're gonna flee. And that's what's happening. Guys are fleeing from the battle at hand. Guys are fleeing from these topics that's being brought out.
Come on. Revelation 22 verse 3. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of power and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him.
Whew. So no more curse in it. No more curse amongst our people. So Lord, he's going to cut off that curse. Like it says in Galatians 1, these guys pervert the gospel and they are cursed. They're doing the work of the Lord deceitfully. Because they're moving. Guys, they left the highways and byways. They left the chief place of concourse. They left wisdom. And go to Wisdom of Solomon 6, because wisdom is the only thing that's going to bring you to the kingdom of heaven. So by you forsaking Sophia, the Lord's going to forsake you. And that's why you got guys in the parks and playgrounds, in the children's sandbox and shit. So all these things are happening for our learning, man, for an example of those that were destroyed by the destroyer in the wilderness. Same thing's happening now. All these things are for an example of what not to be. You see? Wisdom of Solomon 6 and like 22, go like that.
Wisdom of Solomon 6 verse, let's see, can start at 17.
20, then jump to 21, 20 and 25.
20 says, therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. If your verse 25 says, receive therefore instruction through my words, and it shall do you good.
Start verse 24.
Says, but the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of his people.
So Yahushua is upholding us up. But if Yahushua ain't got you, you're gonna fall. You're gonna be like quicksand. You're gonna fall through. You're gonna fall through. You're gonna fall down. You're gonna fall down and worship the Baal. You're gonna fall down and get weak for Satan. You see? And that's what's happened to a lot of guys in this truth. They receive a consolation from the adversary. That's why what's coming out of their mouth is adverse to the Lord and the Spirit. Go ahead, verse 25.
Verse 25, receive therefore instruction through my words, and it shall do you good.
You see? So it's all about the instruction and the guide of the Lord. Like when you might have like a bed. You might order a bed. But then you have to put the pieces together. So you need the instruction book. You know where all the bolts go, where all the screws go. Well, how much more in the Spirit? Knowing where things go and where things don't go. Where, you know what I'm saying? Where the righteous are going and where the wicked are going. Where the false prophets, the many are going, the broad gate that leads to destruction, and the few that's in the straight gate is going to lead to life.
Right, and if you don't hearken to this, right? If you don't listen, to the instruction or follow instruction, that means that you're following destruction. You see? So there's no in between. It's either instruction or destruction. Now, a lot of men, they want to be in the middle, you know, pretending like, oh, I don't know yet. Well, you have to know.
The Spirit, they say the Spirit will reveal it when the Spirit is revealing it, but it's not being revealed to them because they're carnally minded, so they can't receive it. See how heavy that is? Jump to Psalms 1:1. So we're not in the time of
Not knowing.
right, not knowing or the Spirit will reveal it. No, it's being revealed, man. It's being revealed. But only if you're a part of the Spirit, if you're a part of the Lord, it's gonna be made known unto you, plain as day, what the Lord is doing right now.
Isaiah.
Yeah, Psalms 1:1.
Psalms 1:1.
Yeah, man. So and like what's heavy too is like people in America, like they act like they're like smartest people. Oh, we have the best colleges. Really, they're the dumbest people.
Right,
Like they're
I
some of
went
the
to
most
this
stupid
college.
people.
I got this certificate.
Right. And then people in like third world countries and like outside the US, they actually have some understanding of what's going on, man. That's why they're like really uproaring and protesting against this whole vaccine mandates and vaccine passport and all this like wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? They're actually like some violent protests, man. You know, some serious stuff going on right now all across the world. All across the world.
Well, the thing is, see, like these people, right? They might be wise, they might know certain things, but these things are only helpful for them to be wise in this fucking wicked kingdom.
That's right.
Just in this society. But when it comes to actually life in general, they're dead. They don't know how to fucking do shit. You know, they won't be able to survive one day, you know, without food.
Right.
You know, they don't know how to they don't have wisdom. See, wisdom teaches you a lot of things, mainly in firstly this word. Now the Lord gives you everything else after that.
Right.
You see?
And that's faith. We walk by faith and not by sight. See, and what's heavy too is that like we've been given an opportunity, right, to overcome all things, and we're taking it. You know what I'm saying? We're following Lord wholeheartedly. And it's one man at a time, you know what I'm saying? And thing is with the wisdom of this world, it's coming to naught. It's perishing with this world. But the wisdom that we have, it's eternal, and it's actually guiding us through, and it's going to bring us to an eternal kingdom. You know what I'm saying? This kingdom, this government, it's corroding. It's the worms cover this place. It's, you know, like what's happening in Australia, that fucking plague of rats. Bro, imagine something like that happened to America, man. People will bug the fuck out because people are so spoiled and shit. Everyone gets a cup of coffee. Everyone has their food. Everyone has a car. Like everyone just has, but no one knows what it's like to not have. You know, to be vulnerable. And once that happens, bro, man, people gonna lose their mind, man. Suicide. People gonna seek death and should not find it. You know, all these things, man. And you gonna know truly that there's a reward for the servants that are actually serving the Lord righteously and sincerely. There's a reward for us coming, brothers. Go ahead.
All right, so Psalms 101.
Psalms 101.
Yeah, Psalms 101.
1 in verse 1.
Oh, okay. Psalms 1 and verse 1. It says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful."
See, so we're departing, and we're actually forsaking the multitudes. We're forsaking camps. See, guys think, oh yeah, you got kicked off the camp, so you feel some kind of way. Nah, man, we're actually blessed for that. The Lord said that in Luke 6, "Blessed are ye when men shall separate you from their company and speak evil of you." We're blessed, man. We're highly favored, and we're not trying to go back. We're only going forward. That's in the past. A lot of guys are in the past.
Right.
And you're gonna stay here in the past. You're gonna stay here in this demonic world. We're prophets, and what we're saying is gonna happen before it happens. We're looking towards the future. We have a future. See, there's no future here in America, man. You see, that's why everyone's just weak and just bellying over. No one cares. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna care when it's too late, though. Once it's too late, then they're gonna care, and it's gonna be too late.
Right. Verse 2. "But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night."
See, guys, they only meditate maybe once every month. Guys, they'll take a whole month or 2 or 3. They'll take a whole month, 2 months off from the Lord and be like, "Hey, man, it's lucky my channel." See, guys are slothful. They're lukewarm. You know, all you gotta do is just make a second channel. You know what I'm saying? But guys just can't do that. See, guys, they won't even see Matthew 23. They won't even lift up one of their fingers to help. They won't even move one of their fingers, man. That's how lazy guys are. So that means that what? Like it says in Proverbs, that's therefore in the time of winter they're gonna starve.
Right.
You see, they're gonna starve, and man should not live off bread alone. Understand that too. See, that's why the Lord said in John 6:27, labor not for the meat that perisheth, labor for the meat that is eternal, Yahweh Shai. Guys ain't laboring for Yahweh Shai. They're laboring for themselves. They're hirelings, bro. Good.
Right, because you see, the Lord, he's looking for the ones that are doing the work, you know? So, yes, it's good. It's good to be like, to say to other men, oh, you gotta repent. You gotta do the work of the Lord. You gotta do lessons. That's good, you see? But that's not gonna save you. Because you have to do it too.
Yeah, yourself, right? Don't be a hypocrite.
Right, you have to do it yourself too. So, you see, that's what the Lord is taking away the spirit of men, because they could be using the talent to like tell men what the Lord wants them to do. But then, by them not doing what the Lord wants them to do, you know, which is also the same thing, because we're brethren. We're not on top of another. See, the true men of the Lord, they're brethren.
We fight side by side.
Exactly. We don't we don't esteem ourselves better than our brother. So that's what these false prophets are doing. Like, oh no, I'm above y'all. I don't gotta do that. I tell y'all what you gotta do.
Right. I've been in this truth for 20, 30 plus years. I'm this, I'm that.
Right.
Like,
you can't do enough for the Lord. You gotta do more.
And they've gotten comfortable. You know, like you know that quote, like basically like if you've been a king for so long, you start to get like too comfortable.
Right.
That's what guys have done. Or like you might be a champion, right? And then you get so cocky and shit that you've been winning. Like look at Goliath. Mm-hmm. He was a champion. No one could touch him. And by him having that prideful, like arrogant spirit, that's what got him killed by David. You know, he what's the word? He undervalued David. Mm-hmm. What's that word? You underestimated David, man. And David hit him with that stone and then took his own sword and chopped his head off. And that's what's happened to a lot of guys in this truth. They're being severed from their head being Yahweh Shai. Guys are being severed from their head, Yahweh Shai. So they're walking around here like a chicken with no head. Because they don't have Yahweh Shai. So they don't have the guide. They don't have the instruction. They don't have the way anymore. They've gone out of the way. Mm. You see what I'm saying? And let me go ahead, you got it.
This is Psalms 1 and verse 3. Mm-hmm. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, and that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper.
So it doesn't matter what it may be that we do, we're prospering. Mm-hmm. Like even before this video, me and the brother were just talking, and you know something came up on my phone which, you know, I needed. Now, I'm not gonna sell my soul, do not wickedness to get it, but the Lord provided for me, and right on time. Right. You know, like it just came on my phone, like boom, there it is. Like, see, Lord, He's gonna give you what you need. You don't gotta worry about things of the flesh. All you need to worry about is retaining the Spirit, keeping the Spirit, praying, Lord, take not His Holy Spirit away from you, because He's doing that to a lot of guys right now, man. Guys being overtaken by the flesh. See, it's like they're siding with the flesh in this world right before the end. That's why it's so like crazy. It's like, really? We're right there. We're right at the door of this going down, and guys are choosing the left side, the wrong side. That's why it's so monumental, this prophecy that's happening, man. Many shall follow their pernicious ways. Evil, the way of truth is evil spoken of. Guys is falling away from their first love. You see? Guys are vomiting out this truth and returning to their vomit, like a dog, that old proverb, ancient proverb. See, these things are happening right now. But if you're in the carnal, you're acting like it's not happening. If you're carnal, the only thing you're realizing is, the mark of the beast is coming. Yeah, bro, it's already here. It's already here. The vaccine is a prelude to all that. You can't buy or sell unless you get the vaccine. That's what it's coming down to. In a sinister, demonic way, that's what it's coming down to. A man shall desire to go in city and shall not be able to. No man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark. Guys are already marked for death. And that's why they're still buying and selling in that spirit of the world, man, as it was in the days of Noah, eating and drinking, giving in marriage. You know, not circumspect of what's about to go down. not realizing, not giving up a real true alarm. You see, when the Men of the Lord came on the scene, it was alarming. It would alarm you. It would wake you up. It would worry you. Like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Guys ain't got that spirit. They got that spirit of like smooth and gentle and, oh, it's okay, peace. But there is no fucking peace, man. It's war. Go down.
On first, this is Psalms 1 verse 4. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away.
So that's what's happening. All these different doctrines and teachings and winds are driving them away, the ungodly. They're not planted in the Lord. They're being uprooted because their roots didn't go deep. They were shallow.
Right.
Like that parable in Matthew and Luke and Mark, how it says some seed was planted on the cement, some was planted over here. They tarried for a little moment, but then by and by they were offended. Guys are offended at Yahushai. You see? And the Lord said, woe unto those who are offended in the Lord. That's why guys, a great millstone around their neck and they're being thrown into the ocean. They're drowning in water, man.
Salt water,
like we said in the camp. That's right out. But I'm gonna give my last precept and probably. So you have to be like that tree. You have to be unmovable and abounding in the Lord, man.
Right.
You
And the Lord always makes time for everything. So right now, this is time for war.
Yeah.
You see, the last great war, third woe, you know. So, see, the Lord, He's going to use a remnant, a small amount of men, you know, to allow them to really defend the gospel the best they can, so that they can receive their crown. You see, and defend the gospel. So, thing is, if you know what time it is, it's a time of war. Every day when you wake up, you're gonna realize the first thing you need to do is put on that armor every day, because you're protecting. You gotta use this word for what it is. It's an instrument of war. You see, and so when you put on the armor, you're gonna stay that mentality. You're not gonna put an armor on, right, and then go party.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You know, you're gonna put an armor and go fight, because that's what it's for. See, we was like back in high school, for me or for you brothers, we was in that mindset of partying. But right now, this is not the time of that. The Lord actually gave us life, allowed us to be reborn again for a certain reason. You see, and it's a blessing, because we're at the end of the world. You see, and now we have a bright future. We have the beginning that's coming. You see, so we gotta really be more circumspect and more serious, because the Lord is a serious man. He has the spirit of a serious man. So that's why we are serious men. And we're not perfect, but that's why we are sharpening each other up, you know.
And don't let that blessing go. You know, yeah, you gotta like, you have to go and get that blessing. You have to keep that blessing.
Right.
You know, because that, just as fast you got that blessing, it could be turned into a curse. You know, if you disobey the Lord, like it says in Ezekiel 13, also Ezekiel 18, if a righteous man leaves his righteousness, all his righteousness shall be forgotten if he goes back to his wickedness. So you have to stay in the spirit and keep that armor on you, so that the enemy, right, the lion, the enemy that walketh by as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour, won't be able to devour you. Actually, what the enemy and what the wicked is going to do, they're going to flee from you. They're going to run away from you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? And that's really a good thing. Yeah, get the fuck back, man. You see what I'm saying? That's the spirit you have to be in, man. A warrior, ruthless. You know what I'm saying? Like Leonidas 300, give them no mercy. Take from them everything. They took everything from us. It's time for us to take everything from them. You see? And this is the mentality you have to have, man. Like a leader, like the Black 47. When he saw that everyone was being deceived and everyone was just being taken advantage of, and having to, like, you know, bow down to them and worship them, and then they give him food, he just fucking walked up in there and took him himself. He showed them the way that, hey, man, don't listen to these guys. People are starving and dying out here. We need to eat. Just, hey. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get this precept right here. This is Matthew 17 and verse 20. It says, and Yahushua said, unto them because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain. So a mustard is very small in comparison to a mountain. A mountain is gigantic. A mountain is like, your eye can't even see, how big it is. But a mustard, you can hold it in your hand. And that's what it is like with the elect. The elect are very small. And they're looked at as very insignificant. But what we're doing is gigantic. We're overcoming mountains. We're moving mountains. It says, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. So by us doing this and having faith that we can move America and this wicked structure of these camps, we're moving them, and guess what? It's not impossible for us. It's actually being done for us. See, howbeit this kind goeth not out by prayer and fasting. So you need to use your spiritual weaponry, which is not, it has nothing to do with the carnal, like working out and drinking muscle milk and getting guns. It has nothing to do with the carnal. It actually has everything to do with the spirit. The spirit quickeneth, the flesh profits nothing. So the weapons are vastly different than Esau's and the false prophets. See, the false prophets are all about the numbers. The real prophets were about the spirit, the things you can't see. You see, and they can't go out. You can't do it unless you use your prayer and fasting. Your whole mind is in the Lord, praying, because this world it's all about enchanting you, getting into your head and making you think about other shit. You have to have your eyes single and have your mind, your spirit, totally engulfed and possessed by Yahushua, praying always without ceasing. Therefore, no one else can come at you and put something else in your head and in your thoughts. And then fasting, that means what? You're denying your flesh, and you're feeding on the spirit. You're feeding on the word. You see, man should not live off bread alone, and that actually strengthens you. It strengthens what? Your mind. It strengthens your spirit to endure things that other people couldn't. That's what you're gonna need for these times to come into, brothers. Go ahead, I'm good.
Yeah, man, that's precept. This is the second letter of Peter 1 verse 3. According as his divine power hath given unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness, through knowledge of him that hath called us to glory and virtue. And virtue means pure and perfect. It says the Lord called us unto perfection, you see, and that's what we're going into. It says verse 4, whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these ye might be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. You see, so it's just verse 5, and beside this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge, and to into knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience, and to patience godliness, and to brotherly kindness charity. For if these things be in you, abound they make you, and abound they make you, that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Yahushua.
Savvy. Khan, and we closed out camp a little bit early today, so it's really spiritual. Now we're in the whip, we're in the chariot, and we're just chopping it up, just amongst us. So we're in the time now of this truth has definitely withdrawn itself into its secret chamber, and everyone without is gone and just dying one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a million ways to die, but there's only one way to live, and that way to live is in Yahushua. Good act.
Let me see. There's something here. It says, but he that lacketh these things is blind, and cannot see afar off.
Far off. Yeah. So guys, they're found lacking. They're found wanting. You see, and like you said, we was a couple of videos before this. Thing is about a lion is that the reason why he's the king of the jungle is because he has vision. He sees beyond. He sees beyond. I forgot how they said it, but that's like the elect. Let me have that vision.
Finish up with this. Yeah. It says, it cannot see afar off, and hath forgotten that he was purged from his old sins. You see, these wicked men, they forget the mercies that the Lord had on them. You see, and then they continue doing wickedness. See, the Lord cleansed them, but then what did they do? They went back to the vomit. You see, right. So the Lord had no more mercy on them.
Right, and then they forget to give their brother mercy and show mercy to others. And on top of that too, like it says, they forgot their old sins were purged. Well, now they're bringing forth what? New sins.
Right.
New sins. Which is worse, because you should know better. You know? But hey, it's sad, man. With much wisdom, much sorrow, man. And you're gonna realize that a lot of guys have actually betrayed the Lord already. They've forsaken the way of righteousness.
It says, my last verse, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure, for if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. For so an entrance shall be ministered unto you abundantly into the everlasting kingdom of our Lord and Savior Yahushua.
Beautiful. Close that.
You want to close it?
Come on, brothers. So you better stay strong and keep walking by faith. And everything else is gonna be added unto us. Lord got us. The Lord is not unfaithful. He's not an unfaithful creator. We've given all we have for the Lord. He's gonna give everything He has for us. And what the Lord has for us is far more than anything of this world or what man can do for us. You gotta understand that. So, rejoice in the Lord always. Rejoice in tribulations. Be glad for being able to be persecuted for Yahushua, because not too many are able to say that in these last times. Guys are really fleeing from that persecution, and they're actually with the oppressors. They're actually with Esau and oppressing and persecuting the saints and the prophets, which the prophets in this time, they've basically gone rogue. The Spirit of the Lord has gone rogue, and it's not with the many, it's not with these big camps, it's only with a few. The Lord said, what many are called, few are chosen. So you have to really line up and see what God is saying out of their mouth. Is it of the Lord or is it not? Because if you speak not according to this word, there's no light in you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's happened, man. Guys, they're not speaking according to this word, therefore there's no light in them. There's just darkness there. And if your eye that was once light be turned darkness, how great is that darkness? You see, so you bust keep your lights on, keep your fire and your lamps burning. All praise, glory, honor, and fear, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Waharakah Kadash, and demise, destruction, all the anti-Yahushais. And you bust stay strong, man. Endure unto the end. Shalom, Baba Ball.